are back with some reacting. I haven't done reaction videos in a hot minute, but Mr. Me over here uploaded the horrors of trading card games. And if you have no idea who I am, hi, my name is Poseidon. I am the goddess of trading card games. I like to play Pokemon TCG. I like to play One Piece. I like to play Vanguard. I like to play Grand Archive. And trading card games are my life. I am obsessed. That is what I do outside of my divine duties. So let's give this video a watch and see what is up.
Just to let you guys know that we have a new channel out called Meaty Magic. If you like Magic the Gathering content, you can go there and subscribe. If
That's
not,
cool.
go yourself. Enjoy the video.
I had no idea he had a Magic channel.
Long ago, when the pyramids were still young, Egyptian kings played a game of great and terrible power.
This
But
has to
these
be Commander,
shadow
right? That was
wars
Commander?
erupted into a war that threatened to destroy the entire world until a brave
Most normal day. At your local game store, at your LGS.
and powerful pharaoh Lot.
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing
Come on, sit on
good.
down, because today we're talking about trading card games. Mostly the tournaments, the people, the fandoms. And let me tell you guys, trading card games is not what it used to be. It used to be something, it's a lot like what I imagine like D&D is, right? And all of a sudden you have that Eddie Munson guy from Stranger Things, and now girls finger their thinking about D&D. It's not what it was back in the day. It used to be
Does anybody else remember the Eddie Munson arc when Stranger Things, I believe season 4 came out, where everybody was cosplaying Eddie Munson and they had like that one TikTok sound that was like, Chrissy, wake up. I don't like this. Chrissy, wake up. Does anybody else remember that? I don't want to remember that. Anyways, not trading card game related.
used to buy that stuff in private. You play with your boys, and then you would feel really embarrassed, and you feel kind of gay if somebody caught you playing it. But TCG trading card games have experienced a remarkable surge in popularity over the years, mostly through the pandemic of people hoarding cards, not only for content, but big pulls, right? Franchises like Pokemon, Magic the Gathering.
Thank you. Thank you. I forgot which Paul did it, but it was one of the Pauls.
Digimon? Digimon's back?
Digimon is a card game.
Yu-Gi-Oh! And even the One Piece.
I love this game so much. Guys, if you haven't tried the One Piece card game, I highly recommend it. It is so fun. Like, even for me, as somebody who, I wouldn't say doesn't watch One Piece, but I have not watched all of it. This is like such a fun game. Like, characters and stories aside, right? The mechanics of this game and the strategies and stuff like that is like top tier. 10 out of 10. Go play One Piece.
Card game is seeing a bunch of love right now. And yes, even
And it's
Metazu,
deserved.
they're not even around anymore.
Okay.
Did contribute to the growth of the trading card games. I love that one.
Is there
story
even-
to it, the
is
guy being
Metazu
"What
even
the
a
hell
thing
am I supposed to do
anymore?"
with all my Metazu cards now. But much of this increased interest can be attributed to the pandemic, when people had extra stimmy funds to spend on cracking packs. Instead of spending it on bills and water and food, people were like, I'm gonna get a Pokemon pack of cards and then I'll flip it and have even more stimmy money. But then you also had high profile individuals like Logan Paul and Post
I was
Malone
Logan.
entering the TCG collecting scene, which further fueled
I love
the
Post
unboxing
Malone.
craze.
He's
you
such
had,
a great guy.
Logan Paul, I think he even had like a case that he wore around his neck when he was in the WWE. He like pulled a Charizard. It was like a Pikachu thing, or
Pikachu
That is
art. He's
anti-aura
bought for
right there.
5.3 million.
5.3 million.
And then he did something where you could basically he sold 51% of it.
Yeah, you like own part of it.
Yeah.
What?
I don't fucking know.
How
And
does
then
that
Post
even
Malone has
work?
so much fuck you money that he's basically like. Also, like Wizards is just like, what'd you say? I had some help. It ain't. You want a custom card? We'll do it for. I don't care. And then there was the Lord of the Rings set, and the guy pulled the One Ring. There was a very special.
Oh,
card
this
called
was
One Ring.
was this the one where they had like a one card where it was worth millions and Magic was like, yeah, good luck finding it. And this guy found it. Was it this one?
It was a 1 of 1. It was
Okay,
the most
I was correct.
expensive Magic card ever. And Post Malone bought it for like $2 million.
That's
$2.2 million,
wild.
something like that. Now he just has, I had some help. I can make the bottom out on myself. Don't act like you. But one might think it's all about collecting cards and treating them like stocks of gold, right? But at its core, These card games are meant to be played. And beneath the layer
Yes.
of casual play lies a competitive tournament scene with
Yes.
its own darker and
Yes!
slimy.
This is my jam. Listen, if you know me, I am not really a huge collector. I buy packs every now and then. Like literally yesterday, I was part of the Target restock kind of stampede almost online, trying to buy the Prismatic Evolutions ETVs, and I bought 3 of them. Did I sit there and click place order over the span of 40 minutes until it worked? Yes, I did. Am I happy? Absolutely. What am I gonna do with these cards? Obviously, I'm going to open them because I want my Vaporeon. All right.
Underbelly. And this is where the real shit is. If you're sitting there and you're just like, I'm cracking some packs because we just like it. I'm doing a stream later if you guys want to come by and watch me crack some packs. I hope I pull a Charizard. That you want to talk to
Are you calling me out, Mr. Meat, Papa Meat? Is that what's going on here? Do you know that I'm watching this video?
the people going to a fucking strip mall card shop playing tournaments. Everyone smells like hell, and it's like being. I would attribute it. This is gonna be a bold statement to say, but I would attribute it to trench warfare. In World War I.
I agree. 100%.
I don't know. Dying of toxic gas or sitting next to a
100%.
morbidly obese guy with back pimples eating Taiwanese food right out of a wet styrofoam. Oh God, one of those styrofoam containers. You know what I mean? He's just like, what'd you do?
This is such a relatable experience. Every week I go to my LGS, and I'm not gonna lie, it's a little stinky in there. Is the bathroom clean? No, not really. Quick story, my very first Pokemon regionals, it was pretty smelly in there, I'm not gonna lie. And halfway through the regionals, I nearly fainted because the fumes were not great. I was getting sick, and the migraine was out of control, and I had to drop out of the tournament. So this is a very, very real experience. TCG players do not know what deodorant is. So if there's any deodorant company that wants to collab with me for merch, hi, hello, my name is Poseidon.
Ooh, and he's just sweating profuse, like, fuck, it's horrible. So, let's take a look at the strange and stinky world of trading card games.
I'm mortified.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hate to say it, but as with all good things in life, there are stereotypes of the trading card game player or the trading card game itself. Nerdy games such as this tend to bring out a lot of strange characters to public events and often attach negative stereotypes to the trading card communities.
Wow.
So this is where people sit there and they're just like, I'm not very social, right? They're social butterflies here, right? Just all they do is talk.
Yep.
My God. But first I want to talk about, most of them are found to be rather gross and pretty stinky. It's easy to look at them, right? It's easy to have eyes and a nose, right? The longest running complaint against almost every trading card player is that they have a reputation for being incapable of basic
They're
hygiene.
allergic to
When they don't
deodorant.
wash themselves, wipe properly. I have that problem sometimes. You know, I had a whole thing about people saying that I had no idea. How do you wipe? What do you do with your toilet paper?
So I grab 3 sheets and then I fold it in half.
So you do a fold.
Yeah, fold.
I've had some people say they fold or they wrap around their hand and it's a nice smooth thing like that.
It's the toilet paper.
Well, let me tell you something. What I do, I barely take any off of it and I bunch it up like that. And then I wipe my ass. But apparently I wasn't digging hard enough. All I know is that people were like, that is an inferior way, because my whole thing was that if I bunch the toilet paper like this and I wipe my asshole, then it acts like a tool and it scrapes all the surfaces, versus if it was smooth, it's just basically mudding it down.
The toilet paper technique is crazy.
They don't bathe, maybe don't wipe good enough, definitely don't brush them teeth.
No. They don't brush their teeth either. Dude, every freaking week, it's like I play against somebody and they breathe and it just feels like death. Just death. That's the only way I could describe it. Brush your teeth, guys.
You know, nothing. No clean clothes. The basic hygiene essentials, right?
Stinky farts.
Stinky farts. Which,
Oh,
if you-
yeah,
if you're-
that
if you
happens
fart and it
too.
doesn't stink, fuck yourself.
I played this one game. I was, I think, in 2nd grade, and I had to forfeit because my player was farting too much.
You're at a trading card tournament, and so you forfeited the match because the guy's like,
Well, what happened was I was playing, and my brother...
No, because this literally happened at a Pokemon League Cup I was at. It didn't necessarily happen to me. It happened to one of the friends I went to the League Cup with. He made top 8, and his opponent stunk so bad that my friend just literally gave the game to him because he was just like, I can't do this. Like, you just smell like, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna give you the win. I do not want to sit across you anymore. And yeah, no, this is a very real experience.
Oh, you're like,
It smells awful.
and a lot of new players are absolutely shocked at the smells that come out of local tournaments. I mean, if you better buckle up. It's so bad that a lot of local card shops have had to display signs outside stores
That is so
urging players
sad.
to bathe and to wear deodorant before attending events. The store owner
I'm so glad that like card shops are doing this now. I've been to a few card shops where they have it. Actually, the card shop that I go to the most has this thing where if somebody is too stinky, I as a player can tell the shop owner and they will legitimately kick them out. Does this stop people from coming in stinky? No, it doesn't. At least here in Atlantis, it doesn't. God, is it that hard to wear fucking deodorant? Is it that fucking hard?
has to beg and plead to its customer base, just saying, please put on some Old Spice before you come in. Please. Just put on clean socks. But in 2024, a Japanese man recounts his experience at a
Oh, that outfit is so cute. I love her little beret.
Yu-Gi-Oh event where he overheard a woman expressing that this was her very first tournament. And already you know that sentence is gonna end in a different way.
Oh no.
He noticed that she
scared.
left the event early. First off, I want to say, why was he scouting her so much?
I bet he was like, oh, she's so beautiful. I bet she's the only girl.
No,
there.
one of the only girls there. He's just like, he noticed that she left the event early, and then he even made a tweet about it later, talking about his, his frustrations with the aggressive nature of Yu-Gi-Oh players, making it too hard for new players to come in. They're bullying people out of the game, god damn it. His tweet went, I hope people don't come to hate Yu-Gi-Oh. If you're a man, please be a little bit kinder to women, even if it's just a little bit. It sounds bad to say I'm going easy on you, so if I'm up against a man, I'll beat him to a pulp. No matter if he's a beginner or whatever. When the other person is a woman, hey, if there are more female duelists, there will only be benefits for men. So please support us. So it seems like if it's a woman, I will tip my cap and say, my lady, let's just have some fun and not be competitive. Is that what you're saying? This guy's a douche. Also, that makes the whole thing about him watching her so much more creepy, doesn't it?
I have a lot to say about this because I am a girl. Is there very many girls in the Pokemon TCG community? I want to say there's more girls in the Pokemon TCG like space than there is like in Yu-Gi-Oh and like One Piece and like other spaces. So maybe my experience isn't like the same with other people who play in other card games. Yeah, no, my opponents usually in Pokemon, for the most part, are really chill with me. They don't necessarily like, at least from my interactions with them, I don't think they treat me any differently because I'm a girl, which is kind of what I want anyways. But I have had opponents where they're like, oh, you're a girl? Oh, you must be new to the game, huh? And then I'll be like, yeah. And then proceed to absolutely bend over and fuck them in the ass. Like, it's... There was one time where I beat some guy at a high-level tournament, and he literally got up and was complaining the entire rest of the tournament how he got beat by a girl.
Where were you going, my love? Are you leaving so soon? But this post gained a lot of traction, and eventually the woman being referred to in the post found the tweet and responded to it. I saw this because it was circulating, but considering the circumstances, it might have been me, but I left halfway through because I couldn't stand the smell. It's not like I lost or was sad. I like how she's just like,
no, because that's happened to me too with that story I just told a few minutes ago.
It's a game. I was there because people were shitting their pants, and it just smelled like salty peanut butter and shame. And then no wonder the numbers of female duelists aren't increasing. There are some stinky female duelists. She's like, there's some stinky pussy out there too, boys. Don't worry. I like to think if I was a woman, credit card swipe like that, and I'd say, I play my. According to people who attended tournaments, it is not uncommon for certain venues to have deodorant on hand in case a player is accused of smelling unbearably bad. It has become a common topic of discussion. If you are throwing a tournament, why would you not just spend $40 on the event and just have them be like, bro, you know what I mean? At what point are people? It's like people are like, sorry. You know?
That'd be so embarrassing.
That would be very embarrassing.
I'd say good. Make it be, because then
they need to include in these tournaments, because every time you like go to a like high level tournament, you know how like you get like a free card or like I guess it's not free, but like you get like something, right? They should throw in travel size deodorants just as part of the little player package you get.
Because then next time, guess who's gonna shower up? Probably not him. Yeah, I'm not going to learn. He's like mocking you. And the r/Pokemon trading card game.
Oh Lord, here we go.
Someone does it always smell this bad? I love that question. Does it? Like eyes glimmering. I played in my first tournament hosted in a game shop yesterday. And once the competitors started coming in, the place really began to stink. Like unwashed clothes or something. Mold is what they're saying. I still enjoyed myself, but I felt almost nauseous at times, and it's making me hesitant to go next week.
Hey.
Is this a common occurrence in the TCG world?
It is. It absolutely is.
Why does it have to be this way if so? And some people responded, the first time I walked into a comic/card shop with a tournament going on, it transported me back to grade school gym class when all the kids were just figuring out they smell, except it was adult men, mostly men.
That brings me back because in middle school, I don't think I washed my gym clothes once. The entire
Ew.
year.
I mean, yeah. Just like stinky piss and sweat shorts, whatever. Yeah.
That's disgusting.
I feel like the big thing back then was nobody washed their shit, but then the only thing was like Axe body spray just came out. So the people,
I'll never forget those days.
The walkers just like
walking past in the high school, walking past the boys' locker room, just smelling like sweat, piss, and Axe body spray. That was a time that I wish to never go back to.
And you like visibly see the axe in the air. Oh, it smells good, dude. And you like throw it back. You know what I mean?
The axe never covered the smell.
Lol. I didn't know until I started working at a card shop. Yu-Gi-Oh players tend to be the worst for it for some reason. That is true. That is undeniably true. I worked
Yu-Gi-Oh
at
players are the absolute worst when it comes to hygiene.
Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments, and it was the smelliest fucking crowd. Also, they all worked at the Ford factory for some reason. I don't know what it is with Ford hiring meth addicts and fucking Yu-Gi-Oh players, but that's like their demographic. That's all they hire. Dude, you smoke meth? No. You play Yu-Gi-Oh? Oh, yes. Yes, I do. Okay, you're perfect. Come on in, please. You want a real spicy story? I'm a tournament organizer at a small local game store, and I had a player arrive 25 minutes late for the tournament that came in and power walked to the bathroom very quickly. He comes up to ask if he can still sign up, and I'm like, sure, bud. Go ahead and wait over there. I look over and see that he has poop all over the back of his shorts and legs.
What? Huh? That is so gross. Ew.
I catch him before he sits down. I tell him he's got to clean up. Oh, I did.
No, you didn't. You did not.
Trust me, I did. Don't worry. So I had to very loudly argue with a player that had crapped himself in front of over a dozen players that he had not, in fact, cleaned himself. Having to explain that he would need to go home and shower before he'd be allowed back was the icing on the cake. I like what kind of
hey, you know what? At least he
just
told him,
wiped
right?
himself off real quick and like didn't even use soap too. He just turned on the sink and he was like, here we go.
Ew.
Some people have to get creative to mask the smell without confronting people and making a scene.
What is this? What is happening? What is she spraying in her mouth?
Mask the smell without
is that Febreze? Or like some sort of mouth spray? What is this? What is happening in this clip? I am so confused. That looks like a Febreze bottle.
A scene, which somebody made a post saying, how do you deal with local game store stink? Went to play draft the other night at a local game store, just moved to a new area. I'm pretty sensitive to smells, and it was so rank in there. I couldn't stay. Aww. I was thinking of wearing a mask with peppermint oil in it, but I don't want to ostracize myself. He's literally a plague doctor, is what you're saying? Has anyone got any techniques for dealing with this? Edit, I'm in a rural area, and this is the only local game store within 2 hours, so I really want to make it work. Brutal. And then also, a Twitter user posted an image from Pokemon Regionals Tournament in Baltimore showing a chair.
Oh my god! It's this one! This wasn't even that long ago! Oh no! It's the piss chair!
With a supposed puddle of piss underneath it. And a debate was sparked about whether or not this was from an energy drink or a player's urine. The ring of liquid suggested it was a drink.
Yeah, it looks like a drink, but it definitely, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody mistook that for piss.
It's insane that the community has gotten to a point where people aren't sure about the truth. It's so weird that it shouldn't even be a debate. It should just be, someone probably spilled a drink and someone's like, I bet you it's piss. I bet you at this Pokemon tournament,
I'm not taking that risk.
Just pissed on the
Absolutely
ground and they
not.
walked away. And apparently, This is not a one-time occurrence. Which a man named Ira Perlman said 3-2 drop at Vancouver after sitting on a chair soaked in someone else's urine for 20 minutes without noticing. Let's go, Pokemon.
Oh my god. This would have been my breaking point. Pokemon needs to compensate Ira for this.
Seeing this, the piss chair in question was, and you can see the chair here, apparently that was just soaked in piss, and he was
That
sitting
is
in it.
disgusting.
You think it was one of those things where you sit down, and you ever sit down in a chair and you're like, is this wet? What the fuck is this?
20 minutes?
For 20 minutes though, he's just like, I feel like a lot of people
He probably
just
smelled it. He's like,
what,
after it's soaked in.
oh, not only after it's soaked in, but you have to imagine the smell in there to begin with. There, all these smells masking it.
Yeah.
So after a while, you sat there and he probably, I wonder if he got up and he's like smelled the cushion or some shit. Oh,
That is
it got to the point
gross.
where Konami and Wizards of the Coast had to come out with a new policies for the tournaments that force people to perform
Thank you.
basic
Thank you, Konami.
hygiene,
Thank
which
you,
is
Wizards.
like
Thank
this is
you.
Legitimate
Pokemon, you're next.
documentation from the rules now. Subsection 1, right off the bat. Subsection 1, they're just like hygiene immediately. We're not even gonna get to the rules of the game yet. Hygiene. What changed? Like they're just like, what's new with it? This is a new section requiring all persons attending a tournament to be clean and wear clean clothes. Like how before they're just like, we didn't give a f, but it's good. I don't even know why we have to have this in actual documentation. What does this mean? In case that's you've never heard of that before in your life. If you or your clothing is excessively dirty or bad smelling, you can be penalized. Boys, you're starting to lose points now.
I was gonna say that's gonna get them. Oh, come on!
Oh, my score! Ah! Not only that, but the epidemic of plumber butt at Magic the Gathering.
Oh no, it's the butt thing. Didn't this guy get banned?
Events resulted in a viral series of images posted back in 2014. I feel like a lot of people have seen these. This man and the guy who did this meme walking around. Which, first off, I gotta say, if your ass crack is out for everybody to see, and in the photos you don't even see your face. I'm just like fuck off, because what's crazy is the man was later banned from Magic the Gathering events for the following 18 months for the stunt. So over a year ban for that. Doesn't it seem kind of excessive? And it was deemed...
It's not a real trading card game tournament experience unless you see one butt crack, okay?
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Fuck off, dude. Your whole asshole is out for everyone to see. Pimples and hairs and all that shit. Whatever. But what about another one? Next up on
do people just not feel the breeze down there? Like, goddamn.
our little list of trading card stereotypes is that they're all socially awkward and cringe. This is also a fact. Are these really stereotypes of every single one of them? Or?
I will say, in my personal experience, I haven't run into very many people like that. There's a few at my locals, but it's not, at least in my experience, it's not everybody.
Them are true?
Some stereotypes are true.
A lot of stereotypes are based on truth, I guess.
But the people that are very much the stereotypes.
You know, you have the viral video of the guy playing the game in the card shop and the kid across the room is obviously laughing or whatever. I gotta say, the Yu-Gi-Oh guy, to me, I'm like, that's just, if you're at a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament and you're not doing that, are you even playing the game? Right?
Hey, you know what? That is something to think about.
You showed up to a tournament, motherfucker giving you a show.
The best part is the glasses to at the end.
He points it up and he does. He sits there, he even explains that for he's like, yep, just out 9,000 life points. That's what I love. I love it. I fucking love that guy.
Oh. I wish you would. Do it! Come on! Hand trap me! I dare you!
Can't do this.
I bet you
This is
won't!
after, this is after the money and pussy.
I'm not even gonna lie. Like, if somebody did this at the card shop I play at, I wouldn't even be mad. I would be dying laughing, because that's just entertaining to me. You know, I don't know if you guys seen, have you guys seen, I don't remember this guy's name, but there was this TikTok liver where he would play Yu-Gi-Oh with like the little like arm thing. I don't know what it's called. I've never watched Yu-Gi-Oh. I've never played it, but they do like the anime like call outs where it's like, well, I'm gonna play this hand trap and then it's gonna put you at negative 5,000 life points. And like the other person that they're like doing the live with, they'll be like, oh no, you cannot do that because I also have my own hand trap. And it's just, it's so funny. I love those. I love watching this.
Pussy got to his head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now he's just loud and people are just like, come on. Which, you know, you get people that, you know, there's people who even mimic the game in person, overtly loud, not understanding the social cues of, hey, this might be kind of cringe, but people are kind of giggling nervously and laughing, only adding fuel to the fire of him being like, people must really like this. Or you could just, let's just say they don't even do the show. How about a trading card game player who eats his opponent's cards? Someone at this cup just ate their opponent's lost vacuum and called a judge for deck check.
I love love Pokeballs.
Someone please explain this to someone who doesn't play. Okay, good, because I was thinking the exact same thing. In Pokemon TCG, there's local tournaments known as League Cups that earn you points to qualify for World Championship, so they're held to a higher standard than normal local play. One of these standards is having a deck list submitted before the tournament. If you have an invalid deck list, wrong card / missing cards, etc., you can get a penalty such as a game loss. The individual ate one of his opponent's cards to make their deck not match the deck list submission. So when a judge checks the deck, it will appear wrong, missing one card and then getting a game loss.
That is so fucked. I remember when this tweet came out and like everybody was just making jokes about it. But like if you think about it, right? The person that experienced this, they must be traumatized. How do you even explain that to the judge? Because it's so ridiculous to be able to tell your judge, so my opponent just ate my card. How do you prove that? It's already like in his stomach, right? It's funny, but I feel also so bad for the person this happened to. And the person who ate the lost vacuum card, go fuck yourself. Honestly, if you have to eat your opponent's card to try to get your opponent penalized for you to win the game, you fucking suck.
And then getting a game loss. God damn, I gotta say, that's a strategy. Check his deck.
It
He's
is.
like little bits of cardboard
It's
on his
fucked
mouth.
up.
Check it. Check the deck, dude. It's not gonna be matched up. Bullshit. Judge! Another one of these experiences, another time a guy at a regionals would take random moments during the duel to, it's hard to explain, anime formula speech, I guess. It was a goddamn impossible to watch. Absolutely planet splitting. At the end of the day, he tried asking a girl out this way, and it was never could.
That's beautiful. I love that.
Dude, I don't know. I feel like if I was a girl, I'd probably give up a little. I'd give up a little tail if a guy was just like, "You are the light of my eyes." You know, because you think it was like that, or do you think he was just like, "I am made for you, and you are my rose. I am but a beast, and you are my beauty."
We are destined to be together.
Another stereotype is that a lot of trading card game players are unapologetically horny, which, sure, much like any fandom, I would say.
Yeah.
I would say with some trading card, like I'm a big Magic guy, and there's a lot of very odd characters who get kicked out of the game for various weird sexual shit, like sexting cosplayers and stuff like that, sending lewd pictures.
Whoa,
and
okay, that's
being
weird.
like, God, you're beautiful. Like harassing
That's
cosplayers who
disgusting.
show up to, you know, dressed up as characters to these events. And it is common to see hypersexual playmats brought out to local events and tournaments. And it has become...
Speaking of, go check out my TCG merch at Kawa Entertainment. It's a little showy, all right, I'm gonna admit. And it's great quality, okay? But I will not take any responsibility for your LGS telling you to put the playmat away or that you're not allowed anymore because the playmat has too much boobage. But go buy my merch.
become quite commonplace. So people show up here. I don't know if we can show this, but basically, if I had to, if this is blurred, I'll just show you that this is some kind of playmat for some trading card game. I don't know which game it is,
What
but it's
the?
girls, anime
That's
girls, bent
crazy.
over, various ages here, with basically their asshole being split open with their pussy lips kind of spread out from
That's
thongs.
crazy.
They're bent over. The guy just rolled that in front, and he's just like, "You ready to play a game?" You know what I mean? What I don't like about this too is it makes me think that the guy's like he's chubbed up under the table. Yeah, I'm glad you killed this one so you could remove it from the den. He's just like little scratch and sniff. Oh, I can see some guy being like, really? Which you can even say this, and people, you know, we're talking about playmats, but there's also card sleeves. That or woman's nipple is just.
Speaking of, go also buy my card sleeves. Oh, Lord.
Just
I was
out.
gonna say, yeah, that
We have to blur that. Also, there's like bondage porn on this one sleeve. What the fuck is who's
Wow.
these sleeves? Good fucking God. It's gotten so bad that Konami had to come out with a new rule banning unofficial playmats and card sleeves for the Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship in 2024. I like how they're like, they have to be ours.
It got that bad that Konami had to make a whole thing for it. That is wild.
They have to be approved by ours. The guy sitting there, he's like, it's like just like a full HD picture of an asshole. He's just like, One of the more major reasons this rule was enforced was to stop people from bringing horny playmats that make the event not suitable for the younger audience that attends these events. Well, dude, time to grow up. I used to go to some card tournaments, and this kind of religious dad would bring his son. He's just like, guys, no swearing. I'm like, you brought him to a fucking public place, you idiot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, he'd do this to his kid. So if somebody was just like, oh, are you fucking kidding me? He'd do
too late at
to
that.
his kid. Well, I'm like, it's already said. Exactly. And the kid was like this. That was the one time in my life where I was like, this feels like what I would imagine a cuck is. You know what I mean?
No, because I have a kind of experience like that. I went to go to a different card shop for a Pokemon local tournament. I don't normally go to this card shop because I'm not gonna lie, it's not very well run. But at the time, I was just itching to play Pokemon on this very particular Sunday morning. And just to give you context, I have been to this card shop before. I haven't gone in months prior to this visit I'm talking about. I walk in and the entire shop is filled with church kids and their parents. I just sat there like, oh my God, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to survive because if you know me, if you've been on my streams or watched my videos, I'm quite vulgar. I can say really out-of-pocket things. So I had to be on my very best behavior during this particular Pokemon League. And I never went back because I just did not feel comfortable playing around like a bunch of like church kids and their moms, knowing that I might say, oh goddamn, fuck me in the ass with a wooden spoon. Like I can't control my language that well. So I never went back.
I mean, the guy goes home and he's just like, oh. I went to my first play night at my local card shop the other day, and there was this guy with a play mat that was basically just Nami naked.
Whoa!
Is that you, Nick?
One Piece
I kind of want to get you a
locals?
Nami naked one, dude. You love Nami. Like the only thing you couldn't see were her nipples. I don't know how these people feel comfortable bringing these things out in public, but I probably won't be going to any more play nights.
Actually, that guy.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just like, good, who fucking needs you there? I hate these kind of posts too, because these are the kinds of things where it's like, right, guys? Right? You can't even see her nipples, dude. What, you can't say have a big titted woman on a playmat? You're gonna go, how do you feel comfortable with that? Come on.
Oh, you know what? He's probably horned up and it's distracting his play.
Yeah.
Stop it!
Yeah, he's to tuck his bone between his thighs and he's holding him. He's just like,
I was gonna say belly button. Like he puts it in the belly button.
He stands up, puts his whole cock in his thing, his gym shorts and whatever, and he's like, I basically cannot play at locals anymore because the person who has the main connect trading partner, longtime bro, the fuck is this? Are they dating?
What?
I found out he fucking knocked up a 16-year-old. Where are we going here? I found out he knocked up a 16-year-old that was where his twin daughters came from.
No.
I knew he had them and his ex broke up with him and he told me the truth. I know he goes to locals and the time I can't even fathom looking at him again. So
call the police! FBI, open up!
oh, ever since that, whatever. He found out the guy that was casting spells at the table knocked up a 16-year-old had twins. I can't even look at you anymore, bro. You seemed like such a great guy before that. I bet he was a horrendous person before that too. You know what I mean? Meth mouth and all that shit. I don't know what it is with Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon specifically at tournaments, but meth mouth like crazy.
Yes, that's real.
Stinky fucking like fox hoodies, you know, like the motor, like the Pac Sun shit. That kind of shit. Volcom. Bruh. I haven't gone to locals for a while. The last time I went, this guy who didn't smell very good came into the card shop and decided to keep his hat on. A hat with the word hentai in large metal letters. There was a Pokemon tournament with many young kids and parents right next to the Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. Not a pretty sight. What, a guy can't wear a hat? It's the word hentai.
I was gonna say, yeah, kids aren't gonna know what that is.
Yeah, or even if they did, fuck them. A lot of these people just sound like prudes. Don't get me wrong. There is stuff out there, but so far I'm like, this sounds like people who are like, I don't like that. When the guy goes home, he's like, I wish I was brave enough to wear mine. There's some dude that pimps out his wife to players at bigger events for stable cards.
Whoa! Whoa!
Hell yeah. Like she'll suck your for a playset of Lightning Storm or something. Or fuck you for a playset of Alibur. I don't know what any of that meant, but that's awesome.
That's crazy.
Right now, I'm gonna fucking flip this fucking table on you, I swear to God.
You know, what do we learned so far? Trading card game people are horny.
Is that like the trading card game accent where they're like, well, I'm gonna draw my next card and then I'm gonna play down Professor's research and discard my hand for 7 cards? Like, is that just like the trading card game player accent at this point? Because I'm not gonna lie, people do sound like that. But I'm just questioning it.
They wear weird hats. They smell bad. And, you know, they'll probably hit you up if you're a cosplayer. But there's also a more vindictive side as well. For a very small sect of people, there's a very violent outrage, like this incident. In Marshfield, Missouri, at a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament on July 9th, 2024. This year happened recently. Holy hell. Haven Buckhart was charged with first-degree burglary, possession of a controlled substance, attempted stealing, and fourth-degree assault. But
That's crazy.
What really happened? There are 5 minutes left in the round. Haven and his opponent, Jordan, are in the game 3 of their match, which is probably the last game. Unlike Magic, when the time runs out, Yu-Gi-Oh gives the person with the higher life total the win. Jordan plays and passes his turn to Haven. Then it appears. Haven begins to slow play. With 3 minutes left on the clock.
That's the fucking worst.
Son of a bitch. Jordan asks him to play faster. Haven responds,
Nah, you can shut the fuck up, though.
Jordan accuses him of slow playing. Haven says,
Well, how about I punch your teeth out instead?
Jordan begins to call 911.
Uh-oh.
Others around call the head judge over to defuse the situation. This causes Haven to stand up and attempt to leave. But first, he wants his prize pack, which the rest of this is summarized in a post here.
At this point, Jordan feels threatened as Haven also starts to stand up and calls 911. Players are calling for the head judge to come over to attempt to defuse the situation. Haven...
I'm just, like, surprised they jumped all the way to 911 before contacting, like, the head judge or, like, the shop owner to try to, like, defuse the situation. But, hey, you know what?
Walks over to the register, turns the playmat he was borrowing and says,
Give me my prize pack now!
To which Victoria, the lady running the counter, unaware what's happened, says, Well, I'm about to do prizes here in a moment. The store owner, Jason, has now been informed of the situation and has to come over to attempt to figure out what has happened and is asking Haven questions. Haven is very aggressive. I didn't hear the full conversation, and Jason says, Listen, you are hereby banned from this store, our second store's location, and I never want to see you step foot in here again. Haven demands his pack. Like that's just all about. He's like, give me my fucking Yu-Gi-Oh pack. Jason tells him that he isn't gonna get it, to which Haven puts his hand on Jason to push him out of his way and attempts to reach for the prize support pile. Jason, mind you, who is ex-military, as soon as Haven put his hand on him in an aggressive manner, grabs him and says, You need to leave now before this gets worse. They proceed to spin basically in a circle where Jason finally says, You done f***ed up now, mother. And picks up Haven and slams him into the floor to detain him.
God.
Haven is all,
Oh shit, you just assaulted me!
and they stand up and Haven starts to raise his fist like he's gonna swing. And as he does, 3 cops walk in, see the situation, and tackle him to the floor and take him out in handcuffs. But there's more.
Crazy.
As the officers are escorting Buckhart to the patrol car, they see someone inside of Haven's car and identify him as someone with warrants out for the arrest for failure to appear for tampering with a motor vehicle.
What?
Fucking Yu-Gi-Oh, dude, I'm telling you.
What? Wait, huh? What the fuck?
For the arrest for failure to appear for tampering with a motor vehicle. Fucking Yu-Gi-Oh, dude, I'm telling you. Before they're about to drive Haven Buckhart to the station, he tells them that he's overdosing on
Gamerceps.
saying that he used
Gamerceps.
30 to 45 minutes beforehand. They also found 4 grams of cocaine in his wallet, and he is currently in the Webster County Jail with a $50,000 bond. If that's not a way to end this fucking thing, then I don't know what I don't know.
I don't
Give
even
the fucking
know what
lunatic
to
the
say.
stupid prize pack. I like how he's just like, I have honor, and you will not do that in my store. Also, I'm a veteran. Which, listen, and this is an important thing to say. No matter what kind of reputation the trading card game community has, these people don't represent everyone. It is the unwelcome minority that happens. These are always the stories that give these communities the reputation, right? I'm sure there's many people out there who smell fine, who don't try finger fucking chicks at tournaments, who don't do cocaine and heroin and assault store owners, you know, but some do. That's just the way the world works. And I just want to say that it's kind of interesting with all of these new waves of people collecting packs. I see it a lot. Like the content of pack opening is so crazy.
It is.
It's just so funny to think that people don't even realize that these caves that people go and play these games in these card shops.
It's a whole different ball
to
field.
behold sometimes. But I will say, trading card games are fun, man.
They are. I love them.
We probably said at the top of this video, but I did even have my own Meaty Magic channel out now for people who like Magic the Gathering content. I love it, and I'll continue to play it. But guess what? You probably won't find me at a local game store. So, until next time, everybody, stay safe, wash your pits, and have some fun. We'll see you
Thank
next
you,
time.
Papa Me. Thank you. I will have to agree with him with like, yes, this is the minority. Don't let this whole like video scare you from wanting to go to locals or like participate in tournaments and stuff, because that is the most fun I usually have, just like ever. It's just, again, like he said, the minority of people. It's like what is that one saying? One bad egg kind of like ruins the whole bunch. You know what I mean? So for one like stinky TCG player, there's probably like 5 to 7 good smelling hygiene following TCG players. So don't let this scare you. Go play at your local game store, support small businesses, and with that, that is it for this video.